Hey folks, welcome back to Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova. I'm playing as the Luxar Dominion, and currently we're at war with the Drengin, and yeah, I need to finish that war up. The other thing that we were actually doing in the last episode, we were about to colonize this planet of Prismatrite. You'll have to forgive me, I've just woken up, so I'm still a little bit dazed, as you often are. Okay, let's see what we've got to do this turn. We got the Elo Runewin 1 report. Encounter with a monstrous cage. Alright, okay, I think we've had this one before, haven't we? This is one where we get to keep the artifact and unleash a beast at a strategic moment, or we can sell it. Oh no, study the cage's technology, we can deal with the monster. Let's do that this time. Okay, so we actually completed Starbase Comstack. The communication stack. Okay. Let's see what else we can go for now. Cultural influence is going to be very, very important, I think, at this point of the game. So I'm going to go for that. Now, this one gives us... Yeah, this is cultural influence. This gives us a flat 10% influence growth. This is really, really important. So we're going to go with this one. Even though it's not a discounted tech, I think that just with how we're being pushed on here by the Taurians. Now, they are putting out a lot of... Yeah, they're not putting out as much as us, but I think we're going to have to get another cultural base up here. Now, we can put sector scanners on this base here. I don't need to do that at the moment. I think the range that we've got on this base at the moment is okay. However, I think we do need to... Yeah, we've got another constructor going up. Now... Okay, we did have some Taurians. Ah, there they are, look. Oh no, that's the freighter. What happened to that Taurian starbase constructor? I wonder if it's in here now. Let's send a fighter in. See if we can find it. Because that's disappeared off my radars, and yeah, not quite sure what's happened there. Okay, we've got the LD Silica 1, which is our cruiser. I think we want to take that up this way because we're going to be engaging with the Drengin. Idle shipyard at Narita 2. Okay. Constructors have had a price increase, I think. So these are more expensive now, but you can kind of stack their effects. That's something I didn't actually know. Also, now how many? I just want to check how many freighters we've got coming out. Just remind myself. Yeah, we've got 3 coming out from Geode. I think I'm actually going to get rid of one of these. Geode probably is... That's not a bad place, actually, to have a freighter. What we could do is, if we send one out up here, up to one of these core worlds really far away, whichever one's got the best, you know, the output, I'd say. Now, I at the moment, I'm not quite sure whether, just like in the original GalCiv game, whether the distance is the big thing, or whether it's the actual... wealth of the planet that you're sending it to that is the big consideration. I can't quite remember. I wonder if we can actually look. So, for example, let's have a look at the trade revenue here. This is one from Geode to Toria, which is not that long. So we're getting 4.6. So we get 1 for the route length, 2 for the route age, 0.5 for the trade planet income. Okay, let's have a look at that. Okay, so they've got 5 trade. That's interesting. What about Fen? Fen has 8.8. Okay, so here we only get the incomes. We only get 0.3 for the trade planet incomes. Interesting. All right. Not quite sure how this works, but I'm sure I will figure it out as I go. I wonder when if it says trade planet income. I wonder if it's talking about the you know, the wealth of the planet. This one here. No, I don't think it will be. No, it's talking about the income specifically here. Look, this is 8.8. That's interesting that Fen was less than Toria. Let's find Toria again. Toria's here. Look. Yeah, see, that's got 5.3. Okay, so we got 0.5 for Toria. I mean, actually got less for this one. That's kind of interesting. Unless sort of unintuitively the trade planet income is also affected by the age, but I don't think so. If the root age also affected trade planet income, that would be kind of confusing, because then you've got kind of these bonuses are interlinked. But I don't think that's what's going on there. Yeah, I'm not sure quite how this is working out. I'll be honest with you. I'm sure there's some kind of arcane science behind this, but that, yeah, it's kind of a little bit confusing. Because yeah, look, at least on the surface, you would expect a higher trade planet income from Then here, since it's got a larger income value, unless there is something else I'm really missing here. But yeah, anyway. All right, where are we going now? Let's check out the events. No, we've got a shipyard to manage. Let's get a freighter out from this planet here. Ah, no. Let me think about this, because Narita 2, this is not a very good planet look, so that's not a good one for a freighter. Forgive me. Let's change that to... I think we just get some more fighters out, probably. Let's get some more of these PB prisms out. The fighters are useful. Even they're not particularly strong, but if you're up against a bunch of ships and you want to protect your other ships, then you know they'll be shooting around at the fighters. The thing is about fighters is they get a bonus as well to their evasion, so you know shots made at fighters are less likely to hit. So yeah, more fighters is better essentially, and they're quite easy to get out, and they'll do, you know, a reasonable amount of swarming damage. Looks like we got a siege ship up here, so okay, the Drengin have not moved that. Oh, that's right, because we're still not running the turn. I think I'm going to put this siege ship into here just for the time being. Okay, the Drengin attacked the LD Quartz there and actually lost. That was interesting. Okay. Let's get the Quartz into this fleet here. Okay, we've got a total combat rating of 7 now. I think what I'll do is I will bring this... Let's just eject this ship here. Yeah, we're going to take moderate casualties with that. I think we're just going to avoid that starbase completely, and we're just going to go straight for Sicker 1 here. So let's try and join these two fleets up. But we'll just leave that one there for the time being. Okay. We've got a prism here at Geode. Let's just get that in there. Just so one thing that the AI is quite good at in this game is sneaking ships through to try to take your colonies, and they will send transports, you know, to take your colonies if you don't defend your fleet, your planet. So really important that you do that. At least get a few up. This is Narita 3. This is where we should be able to get a freighter up. I think we probably want to get a constructor up now. As somebody in the comments noticed, and it was a good point, my income isn't great at the moment. I'm mostly relying on treaty income. Now, this is classic battle mode play. I tend to do this a lot. I tend to go very, very hard into research, and then I will sell off my research, you know, through diplomacy. This is kind of just one of the things that I do, and I try not to strengthen any of the rivals that I want to be fighting by giving them research. However, that is a good way of making money in this game. You can do that if you've got a decent, if you're doing well in the research game. Obviously, if you fall behind in the research game, it isn't the end of the world. One thing I noticed about playing the original GalCiv game was that if you fall behind in research, you can catch back up again on, at least on the lower difficulty settings, because you can kind of turn into an economic powerhouse, or you can start trading. That's one of the reasons why I really like this game. It's kind of like, I think the original Civilization games kind of work like this. You would sort of pick a way, you'd pick a feature of your empire that you wanted to really focus on, and that would give you a bonus that then enabled you to sort of drag yourself up by the bootstraps in other areas. And I feel that GalCiv's like that too. If you've got a very strong military but you're not doing so well elsewhere, well, you can just go and take other planets, right? Conversely, if you've got a huge income and you've got a really good trade network, and then you get attacked, you can kind of buy ships off other people to defend yourselves, or you can get you can pay other people to go to war. So there's lots of cool things you can do in that respect. It's one of the nice things about proper 4X games. Okay, well, we've got an... Oh, okay, this is the Altarians are sending us a trade ship. That's good. I hope they don't go to Narita 2. I would rather they went to Narita 3. I think we'd get more money from that trade. But, it's up to the Altarians, I guess. And their infinite wisdom. I might go and... yeah, this... got quite a lot of these pirates around here. They don't seem to be doing a whole lot of damage, though, to be fair. Ah, we've got this culture relic. We definitely want to go for that. Yeah, we definitely want to be going for that. Yeah, there we are. That's what we were doing. So we were sending this one out here, weren't we? Okay. So we've got a constructor around Honda 2 and 1. I think this is going to be an economic base. Mind you, I might need to get a culture base up. In fact, let's go and put that up here. And that's probably going to be a better use for that constructor. Let's get another constructor up as well. Yeah, we've got a fighter coming up first. We'll put that around Honda 2. The guilt magnifier. Good lord, that sounds horrifying. As our ship glides through the silent vacuum of space, it stumbles upon a lost cargo container. Opening the container reveals an extraordinary device capable of amplifying guilty feelings. Our psychological analysis speculate that installing this guilt magnifier on a core world could drastically reduce crime rates. We might just have found the galactic equivalent of a conscience. Okay. So we can get treasury for this. We can actually reduce crime. I don't think we've got a whole lot of crime, honestly, so I'm going to go for the treasury here. Yeah, sure, crime is good to reduce, without a doubt. It's not, at least in this current part, version of the game, I've not really had much of a problem with crime. I think it's probably a little underused. And I've seen some other feedback suggesting the same thing. So you might find that, crime gets a bit of a boost at some point. But yeah, it just depends on how the developers kind of see that. Okay, Honda 2. Why have I come in here? This is interesting, look. So, because we've been doing quite a lot of technological advances and I've had a load of stuff queued up, we've actually got a lot of improvements that we can add now. Some of these are really good. The Beacon of Babylon, really, you want to get this up as soon as possible. In fact, I'm very, very tempted to put that up. Where could we put it? It wants to go on Honda 2, without a doubt. Yeah, I think it wants to go up here. Okay, and it's going to go there, look, I reckon. Yeah, that looks like the place to put it. And really, if we could rush this would be good, because this is a really, really powerful effect. I think I'm actually going to go for this first and just not worry about this. Yes, you're going to lose citizen growth, but actually this is more important. I should have really rushed for that before. Okay, Prism. Let's get the Prism. We'll put it into Narita 2 here. Okay. Let's see what happens in the turn. Okay, we do have a few... we've got some auto-run ships to do. We've got the Instigator here. Let's just see if this fighter and these guys are any match for the Instigator. I think not. Yeah, we're going to win that, but we get extreme casualties, but it's probably worth it. Let's watch the battle. Like, I don't mind losing a fleet to take out a ship like that. We'll see what happens. This is really risky, by the way. We might lose this. That estimation isn't always accurate. Okay, so the initial missile salvos missed. Okay, that's good. Let's see how these fighters can do. Okay, now we're close to range, we are taking damage. Looks like they're swarming it quite effectively, though. Okay, we did lose a ship. Come on, you can do it, guys. I think it's going to be close. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we lost 3 ships. Yeah, but they're only fighters, right? And who cares when you're taking down a flagship like that? So I think that's a flagship. That was a looked like a costly battle, but no, that was good for us. If we can stymie the Drengin, looks like hang on a minute, that did belong to the Drengin. I wonder if are they at war with the Archaean? Are they at war with the Kryn? They must be. Yes. Okay, wow, the Kryn are getting in there. Alright, this kind of changes the game, right? So, You know, when I was talking about how, you know, you've really got to pay attention to the strategic situation in this game very much. You know, like any game, I guess, but like any Space 4X game. But here's one of those situations, because the Kryn are now attacking the Drengin, and they will, you know, if they start getting the better of them, which they will eventually take Drengin. And this is a prize planet. We want that planet. It's heavily polluted, but it's a decent planet. You know, it's a core world. So we've got to get our skates on and get some transports up. So yeah, I mean, if we lose it, look, it's not the end of the world. While these guys are messing around fighting, we are building up our economy. We don't have the best economy. In fact, we've got quite a weak economy at the moment. We are 6th. By 6, you know, quite far down. But we're doing pretty well in everything else, particularly with military power and production. So I think what we need to do is get our production up, and then we're going to pick some other targets. If we do miss out on taking out the Drengin, then that's no biggie, I don't think. It's not a big problem. Let's take a look at this planet here, Narita 3. So we've started unlocking some of these improvements, as we say. Now, if we don't mind spending... Oh, this is actually the Stellar Forge. Massive starship foundry for providing material to the orbiting shipyard. Cannot be constructed on your capital world. Okay, this is a cool one. This would be a good place to put it up as well. Now, where would we put it? I think ideally we'd want it somewhere like this. But we've got the colonial generator there. Alternatively, we could put it where this supply depot is. This is a nice one. Now it gives you you know, an adjacency bonus for manufacturing and military, just like these. I'd probably put it here. This would be a good place to put it. Now we're gonna, you know, it's gonna take longer to get out if we destroy this improvement. This is giving +7, right? We're getting 24% manufacturing bonus from that. But if we actually put this thing in here, yeah, we're gonna get even more, basically. Yeah, because this is giving manufacturing and military as well. And this has a military base effect. So this is going to be good. Once we've got this up, this is going to enable us to get ships out very, very quickly, which is a good thing at the moment, because we are in a war. Okay, let's have a look at this fleet. Have we got the siege ship in here? No, not yet. So the siege ship's going to be entering this fleet, and then we're going to go and take Sika 1. And then we're going to take our first scalp from the Drengin. Alright, so we've got this prism here. The prism's going to move up to... I think... Oh, we've got an independent ship here. No, I don't want to attack the Kryn. Okay, this is a mercenary, or it's an independent ship. I thought this symbol, by the way, this means independent. This is what the mercenary ships in Galactic Civilization used as well. Sorry, Galactic Civilizations 3, they use that symbol. Okay. We got a freighter out from Geode. Let's send this as far as we can go. Now, trading with the Kryn probably seems like a good idea. Now, they've actually got a decent output as well, 11.8. So let's get that through there. Now, we've got to be careful because we're going to be going through Drengin space. We don't want to do that. So let's send this through Taurian space. Now, we don't have open borders with them. But we should be able to get that through them. They don't mind us. I don't think that'll annoy them too much to send a freighter through. They don't seem to mind freighters. We've got this LD streak here. Let's get them to this to Honda Starbase. Excuse me, folks. All right. We could get another colonist ship out, but I don't think there is anywhere really we can take. All right, Gallus 3. Again, it's kind of, yeah, we're not going to hold on to that. And somebody, yeah, I think that like the chances are that's going to get taken by the time we get there. So I'm going to skip that. Okay, we do have Narita 1. Okay, let's do that. It's funny, I sent this one out from Narita 2 all the way over here. Let's get this colony ship out. That's going to be worthwhile, I think. Okay. Let's just send that one straight over here and just colonize that immediately. And then we'll send this one back. That one can go back to Narita 1. Okay, so we got Prismatrite 2. That's a really good colony look. We should have got this early. I missed this. So that's a real big input look that that's having. But that's almost like a core world, isn't it? Levels. Yeah, look, this is a huge increase to manufacturing and things. You know, everything, research, wealth, everything now. Okay, so for those of you who are watching and missed, you know, you also missed that like me. Make sure you get that colony. That is worth more than, you know, at the start of the game, I think, than getting a. You really want to get this. So another faction, another civilization that also have a really good starting homeworld, you know, colony. Sorry, is Kona, which is part of Drengin in you know, around Drengia. So the problem that the Drengin have at the start of the game is they don't have that much food. So you really want to go for Kona because, okay, it doesn't look like the best planet, but this is like a garden world look. It's got really high farming input, 16, really high. So that is the planet that gives the Drengin all their food. That you know, that gives you a strategic option as well when you attack them, because you can take their main food supply off them if you want. Okay. By the way, if I'm sounding a bit strange today, I'm still full of cold. My nose is all bunged up, so I keep having to stop the video to blow my nose. It's really uncomfortable. Okay, this probe is going to carry on towards Drengin space. We got a freighter there. One thing I noticed in the original Galactic Civilizations 1 for Windows is once you set up a trade route, you actually get these little trading ships that physically fly between the two trading routes, and you can attack them. And I think that's like a really nice little feature. I wonder if they could bring that back. I guess one of the things with that is obviously it does increase the computational cost, and it might be that the developers just decided that, you know, that's just not really worth it, you know, for the, you know, the small effect of being able to attack trade routes. I do like the idea of attacking trade routes. So I think that's really cool, particularly if you could do it as a privateer. All right, we are on Narita 2 here, desert planet. Oh, these guys are acting as an entertainer. Yeah, that's probably wise. Look. Look at these guys. They've got high expectations and they hate their culture. That's because these are individualists, and they're on a, you know, we are more of a collectivist civilization, if I remember right. Is that right? I think so. I forget now. It's difficult because it's hard. You can't actually tell. There's no way at the moment of going in and looking at what your civilization statistics are, which I really don't like. I hope they add that as a feature. Okay. We got the fusion power plant. That would cost. Is that one not? Oh yeah, it costs antimatter. Wow, it costs a lot of antimatter as well. That's really high. I think we'll skip that. The surveillance center would reduce crime by 10%, but it costs uranium. But it is pretty cool. Also, we've got the trade network, which will increase our income. Now, we've got no income here, so that's just not worth it. Same with the governor's manor. Now, that would give you loyalty, but it's expensive to build. I think we're going to just keep going on with manufacturing here for the time being, and just build up more of a manufacturing output. They only take a couple of turns each, those manufacturing districts. Okay, Narita 2. Now you'll notice we've only got two. Oh yeah, we've got 3 citizens. This is actually starting to grow now. We might want to send these out on a colony. Sorry, we might want to use build a colony ship. It's only 2 turns though. Let's get a constructor out first, and then we'll get a. Okay, we've already got the economic base here. Okay, so we could put a laboratory on. Yeah, this has got some research. Sorry folks, I just clicked on the wrong base. There we are. Yeah, this would cost Promethean. Now we've got a reasonable Promethean output. No, we haven't. We're only getting less than 0.2 a turn. Do I want growth or research? Basically, this is kind of the, you know, I think the research bonus you get for 1 Promethean is probably worth it, I'd say. Yeah, small bonus. I mean, yeah, you've got to balance that out with the crystalline, because you have to think about the fact that Promethean also affects growth as well. Let's get this prism up into Narita 3 here. And we've got another freighter coming out from Geode. We also want to send this somewhere that's they're going to get a decent output. Now, we've already got one down going over to Fen. Got another core world here. We've already got one going to Avalon. Yeah, maybe Rumpelstiltskin there would probably be the one. Let's do it. Again, it's got to go through Drengin space. However, we do have a fleet there to guard it. I wonder if it's worth sending some fighters out that way. Yeah, let's send some fighters escorting that particular one. We could probably do the same from Narita. Send these ones up this way. And we'll try, we'll try to catch this this freighter up here. Okay. We got the Prismatite Fleet 2. All right, let's roll the turn on. Okay, so we've got the invasion of Seeker 1. So here's what's going on here. The Drengin have got a certain planetary defense level. This comes from their population. Their soldiering ability, which the Drengin are really good at, and the planet class effect as well. So you'll see all the bonuses here that add towards this number, and then we've got this number here. This is our conquest rating, and basically these guys are under siege. We're starving them out, and this is how long it's going to take. Very, very simple system in this game. An invasion of a colony will always take at least 2 months, and it can never take more than 10. If it takes more than 10, you need more ships. Okay, so yeah, this is absolutely fine. So we are going to go and. Yeah, but you'll see that we've got these guys under siege now. You get a nice little animation. Oh, sorry. You get a nice little animation. There we are, look. That shows you bombarding the planet. Okay. So. This is an LD constructor. Yeah, we want to put... this is going to be a colony... Sorry, this is going to be a culture base. So let's get a culture star... communication starbase up, and we want to get the cultural awareness center. Now this only costs a module. It is kind of a bit misleading. It says it gives you influence growth 5. I don't think it does. I think that that is if you've already got the cultural awareness center, the influence growth you get on perimeter scanners doesn't work. Now, this is something I need to confirm with the with Stardock actually, because I don't know if that's an incorrect tooltip, or this is bugged, or it's just not working in an intuitive way. But anyway, that does not add an extra 5 influence growth as far as I can tell. That's something that's been confusing me for a little while actually. I need to double check that. Okay. Oh, I've got a siege ship coming in. Now that can't hurt our probe, I don't think. Ah, we've got a Guardian though that can. Look at this siege ship. You see this is going straight down towards Fomalhaut here. So what we need to do is, yeah, we need to make sure this cruiser's heading up this way. Cultural influence. Okay. So we can start blasting out our drum and bass music right across the galaxy. So this gives us influence growth plus 10, cultural points as well. So this is good for our culture. In fact, we've probably got some cultural points to spend that I've just missed. Planetary invasion. This gives us transport modules. This is probably going to be a good one to get. We've also got cultural outreach. Now, here's the thing about culture. Some feedback, if anyone's watching. I think it's too easy to go up the cultural tree at the moment. And it's a bit of a no-brainer because culture is just so strong. So basically, if you just keep going, look, these don't cost a lot to get up. I mean, obviously, you are doing that at the expense of everything else. Okay, so I do wonder if they perhaps each of these could be a little bit slower. I don't know. Maybe that's just me because I'm playing on the the standard level of technological research development speed. So maybe it's just a thing, but at least in the games that I've been playing, I found that if I just go straight up culture, that's just a really, really strong thing that is very difficult to fight against. Cultural, development in this game is really strong, or the cultural warfare aspect, I should say. But you do miss out on other stuff. Okay, so for example, you're missing out on getting things like battleships and other things like that. But it is really good. And to me, it feels like a bit of a no-brainer. We could get more... Now, okay, maybe like you say that, but consider this as well. So with cultural outreach, right, you get plus 20% influence growth, which is plus... You get an extra 10% on what you already had before, okay? You also get some stuff like the Cultural Forum, which is yet another base upgrade that you get. Now, this is powerful stuff, but look at the interstellar trade, okay? This gives you the trade station, which gives you trade route value plus 10%, which is very, very good. And also another 4 trade licenses. So let's say you're, let's say you are getting, 5. Well, another 4 is going to be another 20, trade revenue, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually is. I mean, for a start, okay, yeah, you do get taxed on that, but so 20 trade revenue, you're going to get an extra 5 income per turn, but that's significant, and that's going to fund quite a lot of stuff. So yeah, I mean, when I'm talking about the culture being a little bit of a feeling like a bit of a no-brainer, maybe it's not. I mean, there are some other things that you can do that's very good. These ones are always expensive. The ship design. I do feel that this needs a little bit of rebalancing. Like, I think that a lot of them are a little bit too easy to get. I think culture, for example, is one that is kind of easy to get and maybe needs to be made a little bit more expensive. It doesn't have to be as expensive as these. I'm just guessing here, man. Like, here's the thing about 4X games, as I always say. You can play a game like this for 100 hours and you can miss something obvious because they're so varied in the gameplay. So, like I hesitate to even suggest changes to games like Shadow Empire, because even though I've got 1,000 hours in it now, easy, probably more, I still don't really feel qualified to be able to know what kind of change something's going to have to a game, right? And it's the same with something like this. I mean, it's all well and good for me to go, oh yeah, I think this should be double, this is too easy, make it harder, but it's likely that I've missed something. All right. Yeah, being able to upgrade your manufacturing is pretty good. We don't need that so early, I don't think. This is good when you've kind of like maxed out your planetary space. Asteroid factories, that's going to be good though. Look, that increases our raw production by 0.10. I think that's going to be a good thing for us to get. Okay, let's keep moving in with this probe. Oh, they've got a star base here, look. Grabbing some antimatter. See if we can find where the antimatter is. There it is. Ah, they've got a... the DES Thug M26. Yeah, we want to keep that away from our from our probe. Okay, let's get this cruiser. We're gonna move it up to the base first. Okay. We've actually got a waypoint here. Now, let's see what happens with this siege ship. Got 6 moves. It's going to get quite close to us. It might not be able to see us. Now, this thing hasn't got a big sensor range on it. You can see 4. We'll see what happens there. You might find that it tries to bypass us. Okay, we got this constructor. Yeah, was I going to put a military base or a cultural base up here? We've got a cultural base up here already. Oh, I wonder why I brought this up here. I can't actually remember. I don't actually remember why I brought that up now. Maybe just put another cultural base up. I might rethink that. Yeah, we've got a mining base there. Or was there something I wanted to mine up this way? Some thulium out there, look. Maybe we send it that way. Okay. That's the problem with having a poor memory. You forget what your plans were. I think what I need to do with this game is like I do with some of the more complex games, is to start writing down what I was doing. Okay, Prismatite fleet. This one wants to. We want to guard our freighters moving up. So let's send these up and sweep ahead for the to make sure the freighters aren't going to get attacked. Narrator 3. Let's get another constructor up. I think what I'm going to want to do is put up a bunch of economic bases around here now if I can. We've got the shipyard there. We've got one economic base there. I'm going to put another one up here, I think, just so we're really busting out the economics, helping with our industry. Got another siege ship here. Let's see if we can catch this one up this way. A celestial art exhibition. Our flagship encounters an awe-inspiring celestial phenomenon. phenomenon that seems to be a form of cosmic art created by an unknown species. The vivid display of colours and patterns has a profound impact on the crew and sparks a wave of creativity throughout the civilization. Upon confirmation, your civilization gains a one-time culture boost, which could help with diplomacy and influence. Oh, that's a good one. Awesome. Okay, that is going to help. We are getting really, really heavily culture pushed here by the Taurians, so we need to make sure that we are, you know, pushing back on them essentially. Now we are pushing culture out from all of our planets. What we might end up doing if they do start pushing down on this is I might go to war with the Taurians and, you know, and take those out the game. I think it would be wise, like, you know, from a strategic perspective, and, you know, in the effort with regards to, you know, the game not taking forever, it might be a wise idea to take the Taurians and the Drengin out anyway. Alright folks, I'm going to end the episode there, so I'm going to catch you in the next one. Hope you're enjoying the series still. See you later. Take care.